Hi everybody, it's me, Corey T, and in this video I want to talk about dating while manifesting a specific person. Should you do it? Should you not do it? There's so many different opinions on the internet, so I'm going to share with you a bit of my experience and my opinion, and you can take what resonates. And the reason why I'm doing this video, and I think I've done it before, but the reason why I'm doing it again is because so many people have been asking me about this recently. It seems to be quite a popular question, so hopefully this will answer some of your questions or give you something to think about. So before I jump into this video, I have two announcements. One is that my promotion for my 30% off on my coaching and my courses is now extended until the end of Sunday rather than today, and that's because I've had lots of requests for an extension from people who are in different time zones all around the world. So that means that you have time to use 30% discount on my coaching or my courses, and you can get the 30 days to abundance, which starts on the 1st of July, for £21. And usually it'll be 30, but with that 30% discount, you can get it for £21. It's going to be an awesome 30 days. We did this last year, so I'm doing it again. Lots of people who joined last year have joined it again because it was so much fun. And it's a month of accountability and connection to help you manifest abundance in many areas of your life. So if you'd like to sign up to that, then you can find all the information in the links below. Right, so dating while manifesting a specific person. It's a confusing topic for many people because there's the whole living in the end thing, and if I'm living in the end, then surely I wouldn't be dating other people, but I also don't want to put my life on hold, and who knows what's going to happen because I've got no certainty. So what shall I do? And there's this real limbo land of not really knowing how to progress with your life when you want your manifestation and you want your specific person and you don't want to mess it up, which, by the way, I don't believe you can mess up your manifestation. And I believe that the answer to this question, should you date other people, is going to be a very personal choice, and it's really different for everyone, and it depends on where you're at and how you actually feel about dating other people. And I know from my own experience that there was definitely a period of time when I actually I didn't want to, it wasn't interesting to me. I had absolutely no desire to date anyone else. I didn't see the point in it, and I just honestly didn't want to, so it wasn't really an option. But then there came a time where I felt like I was putting my life on hold and I didn't have that certainty that I wanted, and I felt like, well, he's dating other people, so maybe I should. And what am I going to do, when he comes back? Just say that I sat there and waited for him for however long it took. And I didn't want that to be my story personally, and I wanted to have my own personal experience. And I also felt like I'd never really properly dated before. I'd never actually had that experience of dating and being taken out, and I also kind of wanted to test out my new self-concept that I was working on and just see what happened without any attachments or without any expectations of what would happen. And so while I was in Italy, after those big emotions had kind of faded and I was a bit more free, and I decided to go on the dating apps and just see what happened. And that's what I did. And I went on a few dates, and I really didn't enjoy some of them. I felt like, oh gosh, you just don't compare to my specific person. And in some ways it actually made me feel a bit worse. But at the same time, I really don't regret doing that. I really don't regret going on those dates, because I actually do feel like it was a valuable experience for me, and it gave me more information, and it gave me this experience of kind of tiptoeing into romantic dynamics and actually seeing how I felt about relationships and about being treated differently from how I had been in the past. And so lots of these really nice guys were really interested in me, and I actually had some really fun, flirty experiences with people that I met over there, and it wasn't serious and no one owed each other anything. And I was really honest. I actually said, I don't know where I am in the process of wanting a relationship or not. And so this is just, just to see what happens. And I was really honest about how I felt about being in a relationship and dating. And that's the thing that I suppose eased my feeling of, should I be doing this or should I not be? I just was open and honest with the people that I met. And if I didn't want to see someone again, I didn't see them again. And that happened a couple of times. But there were some really nice connections that I made that actually opened my mind to help me to let go, of the attachment that I had to my specific person at the time, and made me see like, actually, there is another world out there. People do treat me well, and I'm going to be okay no matter what. And so for me, it gave me that, which helped me to get to a place of, I am going to be okay no matter what. And that was a really important part of my journey. And I think the process of dating other people actually did give me some confidence. But like I say, there was a twinge of sadness with going on these dates, because I felt personally like none of them really compared to what I actually felt that I really wanted. And that was my experience. And lots of you might be able to relate to that. The other thing that I want to say about dating, and as a positive thing, is that for people who have actually never been in a relationship, or for people who have never really dated before, when you think about manifesting a specific person, it's a big jump from having not really dated before or not been in a relationship to suddenly being in a relationship with the love of your life, right? Your nervous system might find that quite overwhelming. So actually, I was saying to a client the other day that it's okay for her to get the experience, if she wants it, of going on dates and creating space and practicing setting boundaries and saying no and learning to know what's right for her and what's wrong for her. And sometimes the dating experience can be a really good opportunity to practice some of those relational skills that you might have been learning throughout your journey. You know, to be open and honest, to communicate your needs and your desires. And also remember that everyone that you meet has something to teach you. It might be that they're not going to be the person that you end up with forever, but equally, every single person that you meet in whatever capacity is a teacher for you. A few years before I was properly manifesting a specific person, I had a boyfriend for 2 years who wasn't my specific person, but that's where I was in my life at the time. And this person in that relationship was such an important part of my journey and my experience. And I don't regret that at all. And I don't feel like I was betraying anyone by being in that relationship and having that experience. It was valuable for everyone involved, and it taught everyone a lot. So my personal opinion is that if you feel like where you are in your life is that you want to have those experiences and you want to give your nervous system the opportunity to learn more about yourself and to get used to the idea of relationships, especially if you haven't really been in one before, then dating can be a really good way to do that. And you can be as honest and as open and as truthful as you want to be, so that you don't feel like you're having to be or do anything for anyone. In the early days of relationships, really no one owes anyone anything. It's a time of exploration and getting to know each other. And who knows, you might make a really good friend out of it, or you might have an experience like I did of having a relationship that teaches you so much that you'll carry into future relationships. The other thing that I want to say is that I'm actually really grateful that my partner had dated other people before our relationship properly began, because he gained that experience and he learned a lot about himself and about relationships that then supported and supports our relationship. And so that's the other spin on it that I want to say, is that wherever you are or wherever your person is in the journey, it's okay, and you can see it as happening for you and not to you. But the other thing as well is just don't date if you don't want to. Like if you actually just feel like you're forcing yourself to do it, then you don't have to. You don't have to. So I know that there's a huge resistance that people feel to going on dating apps, because it's exhausting and it's boring, and sometimes you can literally swipe left on the entire of a city. That happened to me quite a lot of times, and I felt really deflated and disappointed. Like there was no one in the world for me, and I know that feeling really, really well. But, you never know with these things. You never know who you might meet. And I know that I actually have some quite positive memories from having utilised dating apps. and had a couple of experiences, especially in Italy, that were quite funny and were quite fun and that were positive and gave me some experience, and I don't regret it. So that's a bit of my personal experience and obviously my opinion. I'd love to know how you feel about dating other people while manifesting a specific person. In essence, I just think wherever you are is right. Whatever you feel about this is right, and there's nothing wrong that you can do. And it's okay if you don't want to date anyone and that's where you are at the moment. And it's okay if you think, well, why not? I'm just going to see what happens and gain that experience, practice some relational skills. People get many things out of connecting with other people. And it doesn't have to be that by dating, you're committing to a lifelong partner that you're going to be with forever and ever. I mean, if you think about it, that's quite unlikely. Most of the people that we meet in a romantic context are people who are passing through very briefly, or they're there for a season, or, you know, we have these special connections like you do with your specific person that last for a really, really long time. All of these things have something to teach us. And I think there's nothing wrong in exploring connections and learning lessons and learning more about yourself. And that's my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you have any questions or you'd like to book some coaching or a course or come onto the 30 Days to Abundance for July, all the information is down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.